Hi viewers, my name is Vedam Kishore. I have more than 20 years of experience in IT industry in various technologies and domains. I'll be starting a project-driven training course in Python. In this session, I'll be explaining you what is the course content. This session will be useful for the computer graduates, engineering graduates, and the beginners in the IT industry who are aspiring career as a developer or programmer. During this course, I will not only be explaining the technical aspects, how to develop this product or a project, but also I'll be explaining you the IT industry jargons, Agile, DevOps, Scrum, Sprint, cloud computing, and also I will introduce you the Amazon Web Services. So at the end of the course, we will be developing a web-based product or a project. So when we are doing this project, we will have to know front end and back end. Normally, in case web products development, we will be using front end mostly as a browser. Back end, of course, we will use different web frameworks in order to develop web services or REST APIs. The database always be there when we have some data to be stored. So we'll be developing a multi-tier architecture during the course. So why do we need to do that? Because when you talk about web, nowadays the web development is increasing. Web products are increasing. You name them as e-commerce or you name any other web products. So it is necessary to know what are these kind of developments. In some companies, there will be front-end development team and back-end development teams separately. The people who are working on the back-end development, they will have in-depth knowledge of in the technology. Like for example, if they are developing REST APIs, they will have how to develop REST APIs more effectively in order to fetch or retrieve the data whatsoever, depends upon the requirement. In the same way, front-end development team will be doing how to design, how to present their front-end views and dynamically retrieve the data by using REST APIs. So they will be combining the front-end designs along with the REST APIs so that they will be displaying the user interface accordingly. Before I proceed with my course curriculum, I would like to ask one question that if you attend an interview and if you get a question like this, would you become a front-end developer or would you become a back-end developer in an interview? What will be your answer? Think about that. I will be back in a while with my course curriculum. The question that I asked, the good answer would be that a developer can develop both front-end and back-end, or he can learn the other one and develop. Okay, let's come to the course. If you look here in this screen, you see the course content. So we are starting with Python, the latest version, and go through all the Python introduction to the files. So we need to understand all the Python before we proceed next. So in order to any code, if you wanted to write, you need an editor. So I have chosen Visual Source Code. That's my favorite one. There are many editors are there in the market. For example, PyCharm or many other you name, you can find them in the web. But Visual Source Code is the one that is my favorite I am choosing. Of course, you can choose a different one as well, but Visual Source Code I choose in this course. And then we will develop React.js. We will develop the front end with the React.js libraries. Yeah, as I was discussing earlier, so front end development, we will try to do using React.js. And the back end, we will be developing with Django Web Framework. So I thought of explaining with Flask as well, but I felt Django would be easier and more popular, and many big companies are using Django. So it's good to know Yango. But if you know one web framework and more or less other web frameworks are similar, so that's good. The other one is database, where you will store the data at the end of the day. So you need to have some database. So you will take either MySQL or SQLite or Oracle database, whichever is easier for explaining. We will choose that. And finally, we will do the project. As I said, a web project or a product. So I will now demonstrate one sample project that we are going to implement by end of the course. Please remember, this is just a sample. We will be doing similar project by end of the course. The demo for the web product, a sample web product. So if you see this web page, it appears to be very simple. So it is actually doing a lot actually. See, now you see the logo is rotating. There is a background image and there is a heading. Some heading I gave, it's Agile IT, e-commerce applications. And it's completely white. But you know, the moment you press something here, the data is coming. How? So this data is all the way being fetched from the database. So at the moment in this system, the database is running, web framework is running, and React.js library is also running. So this data is coming from a database here. So this is the database. So suppose it's coming from this particular table under a schema DB. So if I run this particular table now, the query, the run particular selection, you see all the departments are here. The same departments are all the way being retrieved on the web page. So suppose if I add another department like legal department, just let's name it legal department. I'm just adding this. That's it. One field I'm adding. So I'm adding the department. So the data is being inserted all the way to the table here. Why? It is not there. Refresh the query. Rerun the query. So legal department is there. So in the same way, you should be able to change. For example, library. I wanted to change the library department. So I can go here and edit the library. For example, you can go and the update is successful. You are updating these data in the backend. So you can of course see the reflection in the front end, also in the backend. So this is the way. See, one simple table I explained you. In the same way, we will be developing like sales, purchase, etc. So employee table is also the same way. So I have some employees in my company. For example, in this application, I can change the photo picture to something else. For example, I change this picture to update. Instantly the picture is getting updated. In the same way, the picture also will be updated in the database. We can add an employee, and similarly the customers. So we will be doing this similar project that will have all kinds of course content that I explained you. That is the reason I told you it is a project-driven training course. Yeah, let's go back to the place where we have come from. We are almost done with the session. So it is only you need to spend time to understand these concepts. So development is not anything difficult. It is only the time you need to spend to understand the technical concepts. That's it. You will become a developer or programmer. So those who are interested in this course can contact me at the above email ID. Thank you very much for spending time to go through this session. We will meet again. Thank you.